managing distractions. From a time when we had very little in terms of information, in terms of data, in terms of opinions, and we are largely isolated from what we needed to know, we have swiftly migrated to the other end of the spectrum. Today, we are swamped by data, opinions, biases, and influences. In the social media world that we live in, somebody is out there trying desperately to influence how we think. My personal experience in the world of investing has been to keep away from certain type of influences, certain type of biases, so that one could focus on what one needed to look at, look closer into the data without the influences and the biases. Try and develop one's own opinions, and over a period of time, apply those opinions and analysis of data in developing one's own choices. This is not easy. In the 90s, the lack of information was actually a blessing. The fact that you didn't know too much too soon actually gave you enough time to think hard, forced you to think hard, forced you to look beyond the apparent, try and pull out a few second level opinions from where they counted, go looking for the right influences, engage with positive biases which could improve your own thinking, your own interpretation of data, and the way in which you arrive at opinions. That was the 90s. Today, you have to protect yourself. That seems to be the primary responsibility of an investor. And once you are in that nicely protected environment, then within that environment, you need to go around finding the right influences, developing biases that help you and play a positive role in your evolution, understanding how to develop your own opinions independently, which would help you in the way you interpret data and make decisions. Essentially, we are talking about managing distractions. That seems to be the primary driver in staying focused. So what is bothering you more is very important. What others think or throw at you, or what you go and find out on your own. Which one is bothering you more? And that's the question which you need to ask yourself every single day. When you ask yourself this question, it's natural that you move to the next question. Are you able to keep these distractions out so that you are able to think calmly and you are able to see the emerging opportunities in whatever you do? Unless you are able to keep distractions out, you're not going to give all that it takes to spot the emerging opportunities. And that is happening all the time. Every morning, right through night, you are 24/7 assaulted by distractions, whether it's WhatsApp groups, Twitter, Facebook, everywhere. Television actually has become a lesser influence than social media. This can really stop you from seeing opportunity. It can be a huge distraction. There are a few friends who think that I'm going to stay completely off all this. Unfortunately, that is not a very great choice either. So essentially, you need to manage distractions. Blindly avoiding distractions may also keep you away from those few precious influencers and opinions who can be reached largely only through the social media. So you need to deal and deal smartly. Seeing opportunity will happen only when you dynamically manage distractions, constantly, continuously, and sensibly. And are you doing enough? Many people stay distracted for long durations of time and then quickly try to concentrate. This would not work. You need to keep your distractions in check all the time. And are you trying hard enough to develop those opinions, to find the right influences, to get your positive biases right, and to be interpreting data well in time? Because you can't be late to any market party, so you need to be ahead of the time. So are you really doing enough? This is again a function of how you are managing the distractions. If you manage the distractions well, you will be able to do more. So it all boils down to how you are remaining in a bigger ecosystem and still keeping your distractions out. How you stay focused on what you want to know, the influences that you must earn for yourself, the positive biases that you curate through these influences, and the opinions that you develop through sensible use of influences and biases. This clearly rests on how you interpret data. So essentially it all comes down to developing focus by managing distractions. Staying out of touch with what's being spoken is not really a solution today, because in the middle of all that is being spoken, we still find great value in some small niches, and those niches are too precious to miss. So the game is all about managing distractions, and now is the time when it really matters not to waste our energies on the wrong influences, on the biases which are goners, on the opinions that are not predated on what people see as the future, and on data from the past which may not necessarily be relevant to what investment choices we want to make in the future. So we need to be very, very selective, very focused, manage our distractions, and live on to fight another investment battle. Happy investing.